Welcome, everyone. I would like to first say, in the name of the President of the Legion of Goodwill, that we are very happy and honored to receive each one of you here in our new space in New York. It is a great honor because the Legion of Goodwill has been working in the United States since 1986, and our presence in New York is almost turning 40. And we are very happy and excited because this new phase that starts with this new office is a consequence of a lot of dedication, a lot of work, hard work of a number of volunteers, partners, donors, people that really make the work of the Legion of Goodwill possible, not just here in the United States, but also worldwide. As you could see from the images, the work of the Legion of Goodwill happens for more than 7 decades, starting in Brazil back in January 1st, 1950, when the organization was officialized in the state of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And since then, the organization expanded a lot and became one of the strongest solidarity responses to help fight poverty, inequalities in Brazil through a variance of programs of social assistance and education, supporting millions of people. And here we have the photo of the president of the Legion of Goodwill, José de Paiva Neto, who just turned 84 last week. And by the way, let me say this few words in Portuguese, because I want to say this to him. Querido irmão Paiva, eu não conheço ninguém tão dedicado a servir o próximo como o senhor. O senhor é uma inspiração muito grande. A gente acompanha a sua luta por mais de 65 anos servindo nesta causa, já com 84 anos de vida, inspirando a todos nós a continuar nessa luta pela boa vontade, pela solidariedade no mundo. O senhor é um grande e dedicado servidor do trabalho de Jesus. Nunca vi ninguém trabalhar tanto para dessectarizar a palavra de Jesus do campo religioso e traduzir isso em práticas que realmente mudam a vida das pessoas. Por isso, nós dedicamos esse novo espaço ao seu coração, aqui direto de Nova York. What I was saying is we wanted to dedicate this space to the president of the Legion of Goodwill, José de Paiva Neto, who just turned 84 last week and is tireless in working and inspiring this whole Legion of Goodwill to translating this ecumenical message of love taught by Jesus into real and concrete projects that will transform the lives of people through educational and social projects. So here are a few numbers of the organization worldwide. We impact the lives of 700,000 people, and we provide more than 6 million services, social and educational services every year. We distribute, for instance, 75,000 food baskets for families in need. More than 4 million benefits are delivered every year. 27,000 children are under the care of the Legion of Goodwill every day in all those countries. In addition to the United States and Brazil, we are also present in Argentina, Bolivia, Paraguay, Uruguay, and also Portugal. So these are some images of the great work of the Legion of Goodwill in Brazil. We see our school model, which is the Institute of Education, José de Paiva Neto in São Paulo. We have also our community center and educational center in Rio de Janeiro, here in Glorinha, Rio Grande do Sul, this the South State that was impacted last year with a severe drownings, right, and floodings. And we have a long list of centers. We are present in near 90 different locations across 7 countries. Next, please. And we come here to the United States. That was back in 1986. So we are turning very soon 38 years, right? And we have some programs here that are locally supported, but the first An initial reason why the Legion of Goodwill was brought to the United States was because we were recognized by the United Nations in the Economic and Social Council, the ECOSOC. The Legion of Goodwill is the only Brazilian-originated organization to maintain the general consultative status with the ECOSOC, which is the highest possible relationship that a civil society organization can maintain with the intergovernmental process of the United Nations. And I'm so glad to see our dear sister Sabita and our dear sister Sharon here, who actually work alongside the Legion of Goodwill in the Committee of Spirituality, Values, and Global Concerns. Our dear sister Sabita is the current vice chair, and our dear Sharon is the chair emeritus of this group. Sharon, so you know, Sharon Hamilton Getz is the daughter-in-law of the famous Stan Getz, who is the person who connected the bossa nova from Brazil with the American music. So, dear Sharon, thank you so much for your long-term friendship with the Legion of Goodwill. And the work of the LGW at the UN consists in providing our best practices in helping the international community form public policies that will improve the lives of all the people that are impacted by the international resolutions that are created within the UN conferences, such as this one this week, because this morning we were there with a few other friends, including our dear Luisa Brunet, who is here somewhere. Oh, our dear modelo, top model and entrepreneur, who is a good friend of the Legion of Goodwill. And she was with us today at the United Nations. And we came together with Luisa, with the Legion of Goodwill, because she was there working with the volunteers to distribute the goods of the people that was being assisted during the floodings in the state of Rio Grande do Sul. So she is that beautiful person, literally, from outside and inside. And it's a proud for us to have you here, Luisa. So the UN representation is one of the reasons of the Legion to start here in the United States, but very soon we formed a group of volunteers, especially from Brazilians, Portuguese, who know that, wow, the Legion of Goodwill is here, so let's do something together and try to replicate what's happening abroad. So we do have our hunger relief campaigns distributing the food baskets for the families in need that we assist, not just here in New York, but especially through our community center in Newark, New Jersey, which is a very vulnerable community surrounding us here. And that's a very good opportunity to really serve the populations that are really in need. So we provide food baskets, school supplies for the children that will start a new school year and needs to start prepared with the school supplies. We also have community support with volunteers programs. Next, please. The Everlasting Christmas is a campaign where the Legion of Goodwill is saying, let's not just be solidary on December 25th. It should be everlasting. It should be every day. That sense of solidarity and love for one another is an invitation, a permanent invitation of the Legion of Goodwill. And then we have the Backpacks for a Bright Future with the school supplies drive that we do every year, also in the summer. Next, please. These are beautiful scenes. We have a beautiful partnership with the Consulate of Brazil here in New York, providing a preparatory course that help the Brazilians to obtain their equivalent high school diploma, because the government of Brazil provides once a year the exam here, not just in the United States, but in 9 or 10 other locations across the globe. And we help prepare these Brazilians to obtain this diploma, because the test is not that easy and they need to study. So we are with them for almost 5 months straight in preparing them to obtain their diploma. We have a beautiful program, and Regina is here. Regina, so you know, she is the voice that translates the Oscars to all Brazil. Her voice is more known than Fernanda Torres, okay? Because actually she is translating for many years To all of us, Brazil, as you know, we are non-English speaking country. So, Regina, thank you so much. And she was the voice of our first video. Isn't that amazing? Thank you, my dear. And she was helping us through the consulate. Please, let's go back a little bit. Yes, through the program Navegando pelo Português de Herança. Help me out, Regina. What would be navegando in English? Like sailing through the heritage Portuguese language, right? So this is a project that helps the little Brazilians to maintain Portuguese while living outside Brazil. And these are so, it's really fun videos that they created together a way to access the hearts of the children. Next. We have our Community Service Bureau, which is especially our dear friend Felipe here. He's a very known name now in the community, helping issuing documents, preparing them for the consulate documentations, but also accessing other important rights for the families that are surrounding us here. Next, please. And our new space, here in our new space, we intend to provide English and Portuguese conversational classes, free and professional courses. We are now forming an important partnership with Phoenix Education, which is an arm of the Legion of Cuduil Brazil, dedicated to providing educational courses, professional courses, to help these Portuguese-speaking Brazilians to obtain professional skills and, of course, lead to better jobs. So, citizenship and immigrant support, we actually now really adore, it's our neighbor, Kelly. Kelly, thank you so much. Kelly Fontoura, she is the leader of the Imigra Foundation, literally our neighbor here. And we have been following through the work of Kelly. The very difficult moment that the immigrants are facing nowadays, recently, through the federal policies. And we see how important it is to inform and give the necessary information for immigrants to fight this very difficult and challenging time. And Kelly has been doing a great job. Also, like Rodrigo and Solange, who are here from Antenna. I want to please give it a hand to these heroes of our community in Newark, that they are doing great work in that direction as well. So we are doing these partnerships for educational programs through this new space. Next. The venue for workshops, we are having a few workshops. Eliane, you are here. Eliane in the Grupo Mulheres do Brasil. How do I say in English? Brazilian Women Group, is that correct? We are forming partnerships to provide workshops also. And one of the next topic will be the equivalency of diplomas. For when you study outside Brazil, you can apply to get an equivalency of that diploma and start working here. So this is one of the topics that we're going to have soon in our new space. And we have our beautiful, beautiful school in Newark, New Jersey. If you were there, it's really pointless to say anything, because this was a project that took almost 7 years of a great mobilization of the community, construction workers, donors, permits. Oh, I learned what permits could be for a construction like that, how complex this issue is. And we got it all, not just for the local authorities, but also from the state of New Jersey, because this became very quickly a model center to provide quality early learning education for the children that we assist there from 0 through 5 years old. And we already have, we barely completed our 2nd anniversary there, but we already have more than 1 year in the waiting list from the community, waiting to have the chance to put their child there because of the quality. And I want to say Ms. Adriana is the director of our center. She's here with us today. Adrienne is also my wife, okay? Just so you know. Don't tell bad things about me to her. And these beautiful photos. It's amazing to to be there in person and receive a hug of these kids that really they are really fortunate to have the opportunity to receive the education and the quality care under our beautiful and dedicated staff formed 100% by women. This is amazing. The entire staff is made of women, and I grew the respect of this heart and dedication and hard work because, man, we should be ashamed. You know, they do it. We have to learn, their dedication and how they really support all those kids and giving them the love that they need to develop in the whole sense. Okay, so I'm finishing my presentation, suggesting ways how you can help. I want to actually mention to you that in our folder we have this form because we want to make sure that if you are here, you have in you possibly something that we can work together, right? So make sure that you please fill out this form, especially if you're coming for the first time or if you don't have properly your contact information, because this space is also yours. This is the sense that we want to make sure that you leave today with this in your heart, because as more we create opportunities for partnerships and support, the more people we are able to support and impact. So the ways to help is the Legion of Goodwill is through donations, volunteering, and partnerships and support. Next, please. We want to say also thank you for the number of donors, and we have here a special list that is placed on that wall over there, which are the donors of the Goodwill in the World campaign. These heroes, back in 2011, came together and said, we want to have the Legion of Goodwill in New York near the United Nations. So the organization didn't have the financial means to afford, because the rent here, as you know, we cannot, it's not that cheap. So what they did, they came together and they committed to helping through their credit card donation every month, a little bit, and when they come together, they helped maintain this representation of the Legion of Goodwill here in New York since then. So we want to honor them. And also we have many donations in kind, especially for the campaigns mentioned before. Without it, it would be impossible to assisting the hundreds of families that we assist every year. And also the LGW Hero, which is actually that poster that we have in the wall over there, which is the way that you as an individual can become a supporter of the Legion of Goodwill. So by scanning the QR code, if you want to do this today, you can become an LGW Hero, supporting with a small donation every month. And that's the way the organization has been working and operating for more than 7 decades, not just here, but in all the 7 countries where we serve. And next events, before the last screen, Portuguese workshops we are having with Camila Andrade. She is offering English and Portuguese lessons, which will be interesting because through this new space we understood that there are a lot of Americans interested in going to Brazil and wants to learn a little bit of Portuguese. So we will be offering that opportunity in this office as well. I also mentioned that we will be having very soon with the group Mulheres do Brasil this diploma equivalency workshop. And also they will be bringing, right, Eliane and Raquel, they will be bringing a lot of Portuguese literature, they say a reading point, and we will have those books available here for anyone who wants to either read or borrow or even grab one of these books by themselves, for themselves. It's going to be available through this new space. And the Imigra Foundation is going to do preparatory classes for American citizenship and also the Know Your Rights presentation. So we are going to be announcing this soon, the dates, so you can keep in touch and come join us for these occasions. Lastly, but not least at all, we want to say thank you for all you partners and supporters of the Legion of Kuduil in general, of our programs and campaigns, and today's events. So I want to namely say thank you especially for the Consulate General of Brazil here in New York. We have a beautiful, wonderful team. I'm so honored that so many great representatives from the consulate are here with us today. And our dear Minister Marisol will be addressing us on the microphone. Grupo Mulheres do Brasil, Imigra Foundation, nossa Associação Educacional Boa Vontade, Mantena Global Care, a Dione que chegou hoje, o seu logo já está aí, hein, Dione? Para fazer fotografias. Obrigada, Kênia. Kênia, você é demais, né? Olha aqui, já vou aproveitar e agradecer ao Instituto Educacional Brasileiro, Kênia, que faz um trabalho lindo no Jersey Shore. I'm speaking in Portuguese, my bad. Okay, Sadhu Vaswami Center for World Peace. Is Divya here? Divya? Oh, okay. She's a great donor for our school. Blockbuster Print, Providence Bank, Social Capital Initiatives. Where are you guys? Thank you so much. They are working with us to provide very interesting programs for everybody through our new office. Pepsi. Priscilla, where are you, Priscilla? Priscilla, are you here? Oh my goodness. Priscilla is the architect that did this beautiful work to receive all of us, and she did this voluntarily. We must please send her from our hearts a big thank you. She's going to be here in a moment, I hope. Magic Flavor, Madre Tierra Catering for the beautiful goodies that we will be eating in a moment. PBA Printing, Sinatra Candle, that they provided a few of the candles here that we are having. Lolitune, Bina, where are you, my dear? Bina is a great entrepreneur and a great social leader, a very good friend. I'm honored for your presence here, my dear. She brought a few gifts for all of us as well. And Phoenix Educação. Did I miss anyone? I don't think so. Okay. On the bottom. Who? Phoenix Educação. Yes, I think I've mentioned all of them. Anyway, let me now introduce to you our dear Minister, Marisol, because I'm going to invite Marisol to represent all our local partners. Would that be okay? Marisol, you are from the Consulate of Brazil in New York, which is a big honor for the Legion of Goodwill to partnering with the consulate for so many decades. And in the name of all of us, I want to say thank you, Marisol, for this great work and give you the floor.
Thank you, Danilo. Well, so I have to rise up to the occasion, right? So, first of all, it's the honor is ours. Yeah, you are not every day at the consulate, and I can say this. I can say this in front of my colleagues here. I think we have half the consulate here. But I can say this in front of my colleagues that almost every day we make a mention, we mention or we talk about I will use the acronym in Portuguese, the LBV. The LBV, the work you carry on here, as well the same for the other organizations that work with us, like Mantena, like the Grupo de Mulheres, because we rely on you. So the honor is ours. It's more than an obligation. It's an honor to rely on the work of so many associations, LBV in particular, that have this very rare in the current moment and so cherished characteristic that they are at the same time at once non-partisan and non-religious. This is very important for us in a world that nowadays is so polarized. To have this, it's a luxury also, to collaborate and to work with organizations, associations that focus on solidarity, focus on social work, but they do not aim to gain political gain from it. so to earn political gains from it. So being non-partisan, being such a trustworthy organization for 7 decades in Brazil, I have a story to tell you, but being such a trustworthy organization, so noble in its aims, and non-partisan and non-religious, not linked, despite the Christian philosophy, of course, because Brazil is a Christian country, but it's absolutely ecumenical. And I can testify for this because I visited the headquarters in Brasilia many times. Yeah, exactly. There's a temple, such as a temple of goodwill in Brasilia. And I used to live in Brasilia, although I'm from São Paulo. And every time I come back to Brasilia, sometimes in more turbulent times, we go to the temple of the goodwill. And it's moral. That's the thing. It's moral. So you celebrate the values for the sake of the values, for this inherent meaning of it, the inherent knowing that what is good and what's not good. So in spite of your religion. And I can testify for it because I remember visiting the offices of the Legião da Boa Vontade, the Legion of Goodwill in Brasilia, and I remember that struck me that the walls had images of Jesus Christ, of course, because it's the origin of it, but also it had images of, I think of all denominations, religions are the same mural, because they made a point of it. Everyone is welcomed. And this is the soul of these values from Christianity. Yeah, it's the religion from the Gentiles. It's for everybody. Yeah, so you don't stress religion. You stress the good, the way you can understand it. And it reflects also in the way they position themselves in the society. It's not partisan. And this is so rare and so precious, especially in this moment. So for us, it's a real honor to count on a partner like you. Yeah, we cannot do everything that we would like to do. We don't have the meaning. Sometimes we don't have the legal frame for it. But we can forward the work sometimes, and I have never found a moment or a work that you were not completely willing to take, even if you didn't have the resources. So on behalf of the Consul General, on behalf of the Brazilian government, I thank you. I had one more thing to say, but I forgot it completely. I had this thing to say and one thing more, but I cannot forget, but I forgot it. So anyway, thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much for inviting me here to this floor. And I wish everything. I remember. Yes. I remember. I knew it. You got 2 more minutes. I'm sorry, 2 more minutes. The other thing that I would like to say is that another thing to thank you is not on behalf of the government, it's on behalf of the person. Yeah, it's much more personal, because this kind of association, this kind of organization, they present us, not only they present the people who need the work with the necessary resources, but they present us with the opportunity to work. And the opportunity to work is something as good and as necessary as well, because sometimes we realize the differences in society, the gaps in society, and we realize that we have some resources, personal resources to contribute, but we don't have the net, we don't have the frame, we don't have the opportunity. And when you see all those logos, I can say we are the consulate, we made use of this more than once. Yeah, we called him, you know someone who could help this person, because we cannot. And again, you never failed. Yeah. So for this opportunity also of working, I was over there thinking, what could I do to contribute in a personal level? Yeah. So for this opportunity, also thank you.
Thank you so much, Minister. Muito obrigado, viu? Thank you, the Minister Marisol, for representing the Consulate of Brazil and all this beautiful team. I see here Wesley, Tiago, who else is here? Nara, Regina, Rangel, Marisa. Am I missing someone? Flávia. Marina. Camila, claro. Camila. Quem mais? Half of the consulate is truly here. Thank you, guys. We feel supported because if you don't see a two-way in partnerships, it doesn't work. But if it's working, it's because we are providing the best on our ends, mutually. Now to represent the partners from Brazil, agora para representar os parceiros e amigos da LBV do Brasil, eu gostaria de chamar a Luísa. Luísa Brunet, que lindamente nos trouxe o prestígio de sua presença aqui entre nós. E, Luísa, precisam de ver, eu a vi nessa foto tão linda, ela trabalhando, arregaçando as mangas e entregando os goods, né, os itens necessários para as pessoas que estavam ali sofrendo, né, com aquele flooding. E aí eu vim conhecê-la num evento que o Mantena promoveu no ano passado. E aí eu fiquei tão feliz, porque assim, é muito bom quando a gente percebe que tem uma pessoa tão iluminada. Alô? Alô? Caiu aqui o microfone. Uma pessoa tão iluminada. Quer me dar o outro microfone? Dá pra gente falar assim, pegar outro microfone, empresta aí. Está funcionando? Testando o som. Alô? Se não ligar, né? Tá ligado. Alô, testando o som. Testando o som.
Olha, só nos 3 microfones.
Na falta de um, tem 3 que não funcionam. Isso porque a gente fez garantir que esse seria com cabo, para não perder o som. Bom, gente, vamos continuar. Opa, alguma coisa está funcionando aqui. Alô, testando. Ok, voltou esse. Aí, eu estava dizendo assim, uma pessoa tão iluminada que quando eu a conheci, a gente sente a vibração, né? Além das palavras bonitas, dos gestos bonitos, é só quando a gente conversa e se aproxima da pessoa que você consegue sentir o espírito dela. E eu senti um espírito de muita bondade, de muita autenticidade em fazer o bem. Eu falei isso para ela ontem. E ela esteve com a gente aqui na sede das Nações Unidas hoje de manhã, participando da Comissão sobre o Status da Mulher. E ela faz um trabalho belíssimo de defesa dos direitos femininos, principalmente do combate à violência feminina. Vamos receber a Luísa com o nosso carinho, nossa salva de palmas.
Obrigada, meu amor. Boa tarde a todos. Eu vou falar em português porque my English is not very good. Ok? Obrigada por você ter vindo, Marisol. Obrigada. E muito obrigada a todos vocês. E obrigada a você, principalmente, Danilo, porque você está contando história aí que me faz ficar emocionada, né? Eu acho que a insegurança alimentar e a fome é a maior violação que o ser humano pode passar por isso, né? Eu que trabalho em lugares muito vulneráveis, como o sertão de Pernambuco, eu estive recentemente também na Ilha de Marajó, onde você vê que a fome realmente traz as pessoas para uma vulnerabilidade muito grande. Isso traduz inclusive, para as violências maiores, as violências contra as mulheres e até o assédio sexual infantil. Isso vem justamente porque a insegurança alimentar não está ali. Então, quando você vê que tem um trabalho da LBV tão espetacular, do qual eu já participei, como o Danilo já contou, lá no Sul, quando teve a enchente, a vulnerabilidade era muito grande e a fome enorme. E a gente vê também nas guerras, quando chega uma criança vulnerável, que chega uma pessoa levando um prato de comida, como o olhar e o sorriso dele melhora quando ele recebe o alimento, né? Na guerra que está acontecendo agora. E isso deixa a gente realmente envergonhado. Então, é muito importante que a sociedade civil, que somos nós, né, nos coloquemos à frente disso e contribuímos fazendo ações voluntárias, que é o mais importante, porque não faz só bem às pessoas, mas faz bem a gente também. Então, por essa razão, eu me tornei ativista, cuidando das mulheres, porque eu sofri violência doméstica, mas também porque eu fui uma criança vulnerável que sei o que é passar fome também. Então, tudo isso me fez enxergar o mundo de uma forma com mais amor, com mais amorosidade, de entrega mesmo. Então, eu estou num momento muito feliz de poder estar aqui com você, de participar hoje do evento da ONU, que é a minha primeira vez, mas de tentar mover o mundo para um lugar melhor, que é isso que a gente busca. Muito obrigada, gente. Muito obrigada.
Muito obrigado. Muito obrigado.
Obrigada, meu amor.
Luisa, I cannot translate so many beautiful things that she said, but she was telling us all the great things that she has been doing, especially because she herself has experienced, even in her childhood, the vulnerability. And the story of her life is actually a great testimony that has been helping a lot of women to call out for help, especially for domestic violence. And she was remembering also her first contact with the Legion of Kudu and the work that she's doing, and how amazed she is now in getting involved deeper and deeper with the work of so many organizations as Mantena, as the Legion of Kuduil, and all the work that she does in Brazil. So we feel very proud to have her here. Bom, eu queria já encerrar agradecendo. Okay, I have to come back to English. I want to actually say my final words. First, thanking our dear pianist. Isn't he wonderful? Giovanni Porfirio. Let's hear for him. Giovanni Porfirio is a composer and pianist from São Paulo. He graduated in composition with an emphasis on electroacoustic music from the Universidade Estadual Paulista, Unesp. Between 2016 and 21, he was pianist and music theory teacher at the Orquestra Filarmônica Jovem Boa Vontade, which is the orchestra that the Legion of Kuduil has in São Paulo. And during this time, he developed an interpreter of a wide range of repertoires, from classical to popular music, and worked closely with young musicians, composing orchestral arrangements for the instrumental groups. He also works as a social media manager and a strategist for the brand Música Legionária. He is currently completing his master's in composition at the University of Missouri, where he studies with Stefan Freund, which is a PhD from Eastman School of Music, and Utku Uzuroglu, probably very close, PhD from Stanford University. Thank you for traveling all the way from Missouri to be with us today. And he is going to be flooding this room with beautiful music as we come to get one another. We hope we form a big network of solidarity and goodwill in this room. And as we also try the Brazilian goodies. They are amazing. If you are here for the first time, I see you guys from Rennert. Thank you so much for being here with us. Rennert is the English school from the floors below. This building belongs to the Berkeley College, and Rennert belongs to Berkeley. And we are already in contact to talk about some initiatives here as well. But anyway, I'm telling you guys who never tried Brazilian stuff before, it's a good time to get this opportunity, okay, all right? Thank you very much, and welcome. Que bom. E veio da informante preferida dele. Olha, eu preciso fazer menção a todo mundo que está aqui. Me deram a lista agora. Deixa eu ver se seu nome está aqui, só para conferir se a lista está boa.
Foi informal, mas foi assim. Você conseguiu transmitir.
Ok. Marco. Ok. Gente, sabe que o presidente da LBV, ele ensina que ninguém faz nada sozinho. Então eu preciso apresentar meu time para vocês aqui. So the president of the Legion of Goodwill, he teaches that nobody does anything alone. So I want to introduce to you our dear Bruna Okubo. She's the coordinator of programs, social humanitarian programs. Ruth Estevam, who is the administrative assistant of our office. Felipe, he is the development coordinator, and also he does all the consulate services here, documentation. Milani, where are you, Milani? Come here too, come here. Milani é membro aqui do nosso time. Milani, obrigado por todo o seu trabalho voluntário, parabéns. Let's hear it for Milani as well. Ah, bom, agora eu tenho que começar a falar de todo mundo, né? A Flávia, que está ali, Flávia maravilhosa, membro aqui do nosso time voluntário. O Gustavo, eu vou ter que olhar e falar. O Amado, quem mais? Gente, mostrem seus rostos. A Adriana, que está ali, a Adriana, diretora da nossa escola. Quem mais? A Helena está ali fora, trabalhando. Rangel, querido, do consulado, que é nosso voluntário eletrônico para todas as coberturas. Maria Isabel, que hoje está até fazendo entrevistas aqui como repórter. Bom, Camila, que já é da casa também, professora de português, que a gente falou agora há pouco. Enfim, gente, muito obrigado a todo o time que participou. Uma salva de palmas a esse grupo maravilhoso da Legião da Boa Vontade. Obrigado pela atenção. Vamos fazer uma foto.